You are trying to decode a silence. You treat their distance like a puzzle. If you can just find the right words, if you can just be more understanding, less demanding, more perfect, then, finally, they will look at you the way you look at them. You have built a habit of apologizing for feeling lonely. When they pull away, you step forward. When they show you coldness, you burn hotter to warm them up. You tell your friends that they are just going through a lot right now, that they have a hard time expressing emotions, that deep down they care. But you are exhausted. You are tired of being the only one holding the rope. Your hands are bleeding, and you are starting to believe the lie your mind whispers every night, the lie that you are fundamentally broken, that you ask for too much, that you are simply unlovable. You remember how it started, the high highs, the sudden, intense attention they gave you at the beginning. It felt like a movie. It felt like destiny. But then, without warning, the temperature changed. The texts got shorter. The space got wider. And instead of walking away, you became an investigator, looking for clues of the person they used to be in the first 2 weeks. But here's the part no one tells you. The problem isn't your capacity to be loved. The problem is your appetite for crumbs. Think about the last person who made you feel like this. Did you actually like them? Or did you just desperately want them to like you? There is a difference. A massive difference. You have turned love into a performance review. You think if you score high enough, they will reward you with affection. So you swallow your needs. You pretend you don't mind when they cancel plans. You smile through the neglect. You become a ghost of yourself just to make room for their ego. And the most painful part, the more they push you away, the more obsessed you become. Their rejection feels like a challenge. Your brain tells you, if I can win this person over, it will prove I am worthy. You don't want a partner. You want a verdict. You want them to look at you and say, you are enough. Notice what happens when they finally give you a little bit of attention. One sweet text after 3 days of silence. One night where they are actually present. You feel an overwhelming rush of relief. You think it's love, but it isn't. It's just the temporary absence of pain. You are addicted to the relief, not the person. And this is where it gets dangerous, because you are looking for water in an empty well. You are blaming yourself for the drought. Psychology calls this a repetition compulsion. Your brain is incredibly efficient, but it is also deeply nostalgic. It doesn't seek what is healthy. It seeks what is familiar. If you grew up believing that you had to earn attention, if you had to be the good child, the quiet child, the successful child to be noticed, if you had to walk on eggshells around an unpredictable parent, then your brain mapped out a dangerous equation. Love equals effort. Love equals struggle. Love equals proving your worth to someone who is looking away. So now, when you meet someone warm, safe, and available, your brain gets bored. It feels fake. It feels unearned. You call it lack of chemistry. But when you meet someone distant, cold, and unpredictable, your alarms go off. But you confuse those alarms with passion. You mistake anxiety for chemistry. You mistake the panic of losing them for the depth of your love. They aren't a mystery to be solved. They are just emotionally unavailable. They are a closed door, and you are spending your life knocking on a wall, hoping it turns into a window. But that's not the real problem. The real problem is that you are using their emotional bankruptcy to fund your own self-destruction. As long as you are trying to fix them, you don't have to fix you. As long as you are focused on why they can't love, you don't have to face the terrifying question. Why do you keep choosing people who make you feel invisible? It is a shield, By picking people who cannot commit, you are keeping yourself safe from real intimacy. Because real intimacy is terrifying. Real intimacy requires you to be seen. And if someone actually saw you, they might leave you. So you choose people who have already left. It's safer that way. It's a heartbreak you can predict. You have become a hostage to potential. You aren't in love with who they are right now. You are in love with the version of them you created in your mind. You are dating a fantasy, and every time they treat you badly, you think, if I just hold on a little longer, the fantasy will come back. You are not hard to love. You are just highly attracted to the unavailable. You are choosing people who treat you exactly the way you secretly treat yourself. With neglect, with doubt, with conditions. Look closely at what you are protecting. You think you are being patient. You think you are being loyal. But there is a very thin line between being patient and being a volunteer for your own heartbreak. Every time you accept a late-night text instead of a real date, every time you accept an excuse instead of an apology, every time you tell yourself, it's fine, when your heart is screaming that it's not, you are teaching them how to treat you. You are teaching them that your boundaries are negotiable. You are teaching them that they can give you nothing, and you will still stay. Ask yourself this question. If a person you deeply care about, a sibling, a best friend, came to you with this exact story, if they showed you the texts you've been receiving, if they told you about the hours spent crying on the bedroom floor, what would you tell them? Would you tell them to stay? Would you tell them to try harder? No. You would tell them to run. So why is the advice you give to others so different from the pain you tolerate for yourself? Look at your hands. Drop the rope. It is not your job to teach someone how to value you. If you have to beg for a seat at the table, you belong at a different table. The silence you are trying to decode right now isn't a puzzle. It is an answer. It is telling you everything you need to know. They are showing you exactly how much they care. Believe them the first time. You are enough, not because you can endure the pain, not because you can fix a broken person. You are enough right now, in this exact moment, completely on your own. Stop asking locks to be keys. Turn around. Walk away. Let the silence be final. And give that fierce, relentless love you've been wasting on them back to yourself.